Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube, and you've probably seen this lurking in the background of a few videos and recently on Instagram. This is a 2000 Pontiac Trans-Am WS6 that I bought for the latest car trek, which we had just finished filming. I got back a few days ago. I have about 3 or 4 days to make 3 or 4 videos. Then I go off to Arizona for a Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burger conference and do some Barrett Jackson stuff while I'm down there. And then the day I get back, I drive down to Dallas and go do 2 more weeks of car issues and finish out the season. So I'm in the middle of this marathon. The wheels are coming off, but I'm still going down the road. And well, this is one of the spoils to come from it. An incredible Trans Am that I bought for car trek in my dream 3-car garage for under a certain dollar figure, which is a pretty low figure, less than, say, a used Camry. And well, I can't think of a better car for cheap than, say, an LS Trans Am. This is a 4th generation Trans Am with a WS6 package towards the end of the run when it had this crazy ram air hog nose, a 6-speed manual, and this one has a lot of spicy stuff done to it. Unfortunately, though, the spicy stuff led to some calamity out on the track, which you will see in Car Trek when it premieres in December. And well, I need to get some of these issues fixed. So we're gonna head up to the Car Wizard today after I give you a quick tour of this amazing Trans Am that is certainly to be a collector car someday. Right now, they're still cheap used cars. Really, you should get one while you can. And we're gonna check on another LS swapped goodie that apparently is done. Apollo 911, my LS swapped 911 Porsche is finished. And the Wizard has a bill for me. I really haven't driven it any kind of distance in many years, so I'm very excited to finally bring it home, hopefully. The Wizard has been hard at work recently on his yacht, relaxing. Not really, he's been hard at work working on the show with me and other cars, so there's other progress up at the Wizard's right now. But first, let me show you and take you on a drive in this really cool Trans Am. So at the end of the 4th gen run, as these are called, the Camaro and the Trans Am got the mighty LS engine in its original form. The LS1 5.7 liter, and a movement was born of modifications, arguably the best engine to modify ever in existence. And this one, well, has been heavily modified. You can see the intake, the bigger throttle body. It also has cams and a full exhaust, and it puts out a lot of power. More power than I can handle, and more power than these, well, Chinese tires can handle, but a very, very fun car to drive, and it makes an absolutely incredible noise. The ram air hood, well, you know, not really necessary, but certainly cool. Gives this thing a very distinct look, and this is the end of the line for the Trans Am. A model that started life in the late 1960s with the birth of the muscle car ended right here, in Pontiac as a brand in general was not too far behind it, but this was a great way to go out. I mean, just an incredible looking car. The lines are still futuristic. This thing has aged really well even today. It looks modern. Love the taillight treatment. The T-top's a Trans Am signature. And, well, it just looks badass. The wheels are aftermarket, but certainly look of the period. But, of course, the letdown on these cars, and a Corvette and any General Motors product of this era, is the interiors. But really, I mean, it's not that bad. The seats are nice. They're very comfortable and supportive. The leather's held up really well on this car. The dashboard, obviously, that's when it gets Fisher-Price plastic quality here, and you can see the plastic cracking on the dashboard. The door cards haven't cracked, surprisingly, which is really, oh, I spoke too soon. It has cracked right there, and well, you know, the general quality of things is, well, you know, questionable. But you have the LS V8, you have a 6-speed manual. You can put up with a kind of cheap feeling interior for what you get, especially for the money. These things are awesome. But I did break a few things making car trek, so let's get up the Wizard and see what I did. So this thing may be an early iron block 5.7 liter LS, so not as much power as those later ones, but I don't know why you want it any more powerful than this. With the tires it has on it, it struggles to find traction on its own. It's just absolutely incredible. That's important. Oh. As you can see, it doesn't want to idle very well, though. That's kind of cam life on these. But I'm told that with a fresh tune, that can be fixed. The Wizard can't tune it. What he does need to fix, though, One thing it wouldn't do at all is idle with the air conditioning on, but that's not an issue now because the air conditioning is disabled. We needed the relay from it to swap over to make the fuel pump work so this thing could run. We had a little breakdown incident, which you'll see in Car Trek. So, need to get the air conditioning going again with the new relay. Not a big deal there, but plenty to look at. I love this car. But I'm more excited to get Apollo back and bring it home for the first time in almost 4 years. But it's definitely not as fast or cammy as this thing. Holy moly. One more romp on the highway and then we'll... Come on. One more romp on the highway and then we will cut to Wizards. Like that?
It sounds like NASCAR.
It doesn't idle, but you don't have to fix that. I'm gonna get it tuned.
Oh, it needs a tune?
Yes, the Car Trek WS6 Trans-Am.
Wow, it looks cool.
It is very cool. The brakes are kind of ruined.
They're ruined?
I boiled them. I bought it, I did nothing to it, so it definitely needs the fluids gone through. I may have also messed up the drive shaft carrier bearing or something like that because it kind of feels thumpy under there.
Oh my goodness.
So bleeding the brakes and looking at that, changing the oil, and then just looking it over. You know, you told me I couldn't park it inside because there's no room in the inn.
Yeah, we're really full right now. We're so full I actually had to buy an old semi-trailer to start storing stuff.
Oh, I see. In your offloading area, you put an actual semi-trailer because the original purpose of this was like buses, right?
Yeah, it was a factory, yeah.
So they brought in like interior pieces or whatever off the trucks?
Yep.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. Well, here's this.
Okay.
I know you've been busy, but there's been some progress. The Hummer hasn't moved since I last seen it. Have you done anything to it?
We put a transfer case in it.
Oh, you did?
Yes. No muffler Newton.
Yeah, no muffler Newton. You did?
Yes.
I guess he was really quick sending it, Jeff, at newretroparts.com, huh?
Yep, we got it in and it runs and drives again.
Yeah, so now it's just the air conditioning, right?
We're waiting on the little valve block and we can replace that and then...
And then I'm running over Priuses.
Yes, hopefully you don't break something then.
Right. Well, how about my dad's four-wheel drive, the Blazer? Is it any progress there?
Yeah, we've made a lot of progress.
Cool. It's kind of Chevy day here.
Chevy.
Yeah.
America.
Oh, this thing is so gorgeous, Wizard. K5 Blazer, but had some leaks. It was missing some pieces, and then this door didn't fit right, which is already, I can tell, it's a lot straighter already.
Yeah, we got the transfer case resealed, differential resealed. It was missing the dustpan for the transmission. I happen to have one. We're just going to install that in place.
Great.
And we're putting in a new steering gearbox. It's actually cheaper just to replace it than to reseal it.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
the doors.
I made some adjustments on that. It doesn't scrape down here anymore.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's way, way better. Yeah.
Yeah, all the gaps are all lined up now.
Excellent. So it's almost done.
I just have to fix the back hatch, figure something out there, and then that's it.
Okay, well, we'll get to other Americans in a bit, or some hybrids there, but I see the Lambo is all apart, huh? My Diablo?
Yes.
Yeah, my front suspension lift shocks they're gone.
They're off to being rebuilt.
Okay. Well, it's kind of the least of the worries with this thing, with the manifold leak and then the noise and there's stuff. This car's really kicking my butt, but you'll get it.
We'll get it.
I'm sure. Just like how you finally got that guy there.
Yep.
I can't believe it. I can't. So for those that haven't been following, where have you been? But this is my 1999 Porsche 911 that I bought with almost 250,000 miles. Blew up the original Porsche engine on the track. Got the Wizard to Ellis swap it almost 5 years ago, our first big project together. And then I blew up that engine on the track. Got mad, sold it, bought it back about, not quite a year ago.
Yep.
And, well, you finished it.
Yep.
Well, it looks... Cameron, are you doing something?
Almost done.
What are you doing?
Long Beach is just putting a little protective cover over one of the hoses. We'll use an old hose as the cover.
Oh.
And that's it. It's done.
Yes, no fires.
And we have some nice heat shields there for you.
So there's wires and hoses underneath this. I mean, it looks like it's a part of a frame rail, but it's not. It's
off of an old desk, a metal desk.
Really?
And there's a piece over there covering up a lot of it. And
I mean, it looks very factory.
That's what we were shooting for.
Yeah. Okay.
As soon as he gets done there, you can take it home.
How long do I have to wait?
5 minutes.
I don't know if I can wait 5 minutes.
You're gonna have to wait 5 minutes because you got to pay the bill.
Of course. I'm not even prepared for this one. I have no idea what it would be.
Well, you'll see when I give it to you.
Because it was over a period of 6 months and off and on. I'd like to see how you calculate this, hopefully generously. In my way.
It's actually not as bad as you would think.
Really?
Well, here you go.
Well, that's a long list there. At least it's not multiple pages. Nothing that expensive. I guess $466 the oil pan. $243 for, what was it? Oh, a starter. I needed a new starter. Totals $3,600. I'm surprised in the other way, Wizard.
You're surprised that it's not as big as it should be?
Right.
Well, we didn't have to re-engineer the whole thing like the first time. We just had to make it work again.
I guess it makes sense. And then, you know, we were so busy with other cars, it was sort of off and on. So I guess you were very generous. You were super generous.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to pay before you change your mind.
Let's do it.
All right, Wizard, another satisfied customer, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy finish.
It feels weird. Happy finish. Okay. It feels weird to be taking this thing home.
It is. It's been gone for so long.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No
I was gonna give you a hug, but then you were talking about happy finishes and such, so I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Thank you. Oh yeah. It's back in business. Oh, let's get you home, Apollo. Things have changed a lot since the 3 years that you've been missing. Yes, that's a Countach in there, Apollo. Yeah, I know, it's insane.